Hello, beautiful women. This will be a conversation, a share, some thoughts and teaching around feminine edge. And feminine edge to me is also the edge of our pleasure, the edge of our comfort, the edge of what has been known, the edge of our next expression. Edge always has partnered with it an energy and an experience of initiation into something different, something new, something fresh, and at our deepest level, something desired. So, feminine edge, there are a number of ways we can deepen into, we can inquire, we can play with, we can engage our feminine edge. And I've made a few notes that I'll refer to just to give you the wider perspective. I see it almost like a kaleidoscope, or I have small, round, little glass or crystal, I believe they are actually prisms that are faceted on all sides, and they will stream rainbows into my house when the sun comes through them. And so I feel feminine edge very much like that faceted crystal that reflects light in different ways, in different places, at different times, and with a different angle of the sun. We are so intimately complex as women. There are so many aspects, layers, beautiful pathways and pieces of who we are. And those words don't really fully grasp how I see it. Sometimes it's very challenging to bring the vision into material form with language. So, feminine edge. Feminine edge can look like this: where your business is ready to transform or rebirth, where you're making a pivot. Edge is similar to pivot. Your business wants something deeper, something different, a new strategy, a new way to play. As feminine entrepreneurs, as entrepreneurs anyway, part of having your own business is this consistent finger on the pulse and pivot. And so feminine edge could be a new business strategy or practice or creation. Feminine edge is where your sexuality is hungry for more expression, to experience, to sensate, to express, to bring pleasure deeper into the body and the senses and the cells, and that rich, deep, dark space of feminine sexuality, which originates down in the womb and in the root and in our sex, but really permeates every single part of us. And so it may not be specifically about something relative to sex, but our sexuality is our life force and our coming alive. So there may be at your current feminine edge of desire and pleasure, this longing and hunger for more life force to run through you. Edge always brings, opens new pathways to a higher frequency, a higher intensity, a deeper known and experienced sensation of pleasure, of intimacy with your life, of feeling alive. I recently embodied the energy of zeal. I just wrote about this a little bit. Edge is connected to your level of zeal. It's also where your creativity is ripe and ready for something to move through you, to come into the world and be birthed. So in this case, there's a physical component. It's not just a strategy or a practice or an offering that eventually materializes. Creativity, when we are in our creative juice, something becomes birthed, materialized. We mother something new into the world. Feminine edge is where your relationship is evolving and maturing. And I hear this so often from women where she has grown and matured and it feels like he's back here. And I can tell you from experience, this point between has high tension in it, while one has evolved and has moved and changed their placement within the relationship, which always happens. This is natural and good and for you, and the other may not be in that same place. Edge always has high tension points, like you feel it. It can make you edgy in a way that is on edge, is frustrated. You feel something, you know something, it wants to be felt and known and experienced, and to call you deeper into relationship with it. So there will be that higher point of tension as you are being called, as you are being drawn towards the next edge that is right for you. Where your life is transitioning into a new way of living on this planet right now, things are moving fast. Changes happen quickly. Many are leaving one way of life for another, or incorporating new ways of experiencing, sustaining life, coming into community, living with the land, choosing where you live and why. For us, we came to Florida because of the sun. So there are many external aspects that impact a movement from one way of life to another. It could be that you're becoming mother. You may be becoming grandmother. You may be a new wife. You may have been a wife for many years and the relationship has evolved. Something in your life is transitioning and it's your next edge. Where consciousness is upgrading in your system, which is internal. We're now shifting to some of the more internal experiences of edge and how it may be speaking to you, how it may be pulsing in your system, that you have been through an initiation and or you're about to enter one or you're in one. For many spiritual women, the mystics and the medicine women and the teachers and the witches, all of the things we have just come through and or are still within a death cycle, which is purifying the medicine we are here to bring and also making it much more accessible. And even this experience comes with edge and tension, where God is asking more of you. Whatever that means to you. I'm not talking about the God of religion. I'm not talking about my God or the God, but God as you know and experience the essence of creator and energy and perhaps even cosmic movement, whatever the force of God is to you. And perhaps it's God, like I feel God, one being, even though I believe in the gods, that one being God that I am intimate with. When that relationship, when my God is calling me deeper, whew, I feel a lot of emotion. It's profound and it's an edge. Carolyn Myss talks about having a soul companion to go into these places with you because, back to my language, it's so edgy and raw and very much, whether you're talking about your sexuality, your relationship, your business, your spirituality, your mystical relationship with divinity, it's very vulnerable. It can be raw. It can be tender. It can be pulsing and alive with arousal and turn on. There are many different sensations that run through our system when we are talking about feminine edge, where your desires are untended, unspoken, unmet. This is a very intense edge for a woman to engage. In my personal experience, especially previous to this point in my life, I needed another woman to walk that path with me, to see me so that I could see and feel my own desires and bring those through. This conversation is about edge, but I'm going to weave in, which I know is an edge for many, many women: sisterhood, trusting other women, feeling your full self in the presence of another woman and not shrinking, not feeling you're not as good or you're not enough. Edge. That's a big edge, right? So where your desires are untended, unspoken, unmet, I encounter this in every woman I work with because this has been a significant part of my own path and continues to be. Staying in tune with my own desires and not waiting for them to just miraculously be known by my husband, my children, my clients, my mentors, whomever it may be, but really owning and claiming them for myself. Super edgy. And if you are a woman who journeyed through deeper with me earlier this year, you understand this intimately. Where your sex is untouched. So this is different than when we talked about sexuality and life force. This is your physical experience of your own sex, your own physical making love, which we could pull that thread through to the energetic making of love, to the spiritual making of love, the sacred, the tantric, the cosmic. So many expressions. We are designed to feel our sex fully and make more love on this planet. Another edge for many women to open those channels of her own sex, where your center is unknown. We all have a beautiful, flowing center of energy and beingness. And when we are navigating things in our world and life, and we feel we're all over the place, sometimes it's very edgy and challenging to find that center and come to rest within your own body and sex and love and heart and vulnerability and tenderness and desire and hunger and creation at your own center, yours, how it looks and feels to and for you, and what the practices are that bring you right back here. So I'm speaking a lot about feminine edge right now. And in the month of April, I will have a private group where we will explore all these pieces. I will speak about each one. I will share videos of me speaking with you. I will write. We will have conversations, and I will give gifts to assist you in engaging your own edge And there will also be special offers for group coaching or one-on-one sessions with me, specifically for the women who choose to enter this private portal, a feminine edge, exploring yours, touching yours. This is a world I love, whether it's strategizing with my client for her to revamp her pole dancing business, or speaking with another woman for how to transition from creating fun, light, everyday pottery to really offering a soul-based service and creation of sacred objects. Or if it's a woman who is at that edge in her relationship and feels she has grown and is way over here, but this is the man she's been with, and she's on that tipping point of her edge of, do I stay or do I go? The new mother carrying life she wasn't sure it was time to carry, and now it's changing her. The woman who knows she has more sexual energy and creative juice in her system, and she doesn't know how to tap it. We will touch all of these. It is my pleasure. It is my joy. It is my magic. And this is my personal invitation to you to join me for the month of April in Feminine Edge. So much love to you.